पार्टिसिपेंट्स अपने क्वेश्चन अपने आप दे सकते हैं, जो भी क्वेरीज है आपकी.
Or if you don't understand, or if you did not understand any shloka, you could ask me. You want explanations, I could give that. Or you want more examples, I can give that. Welcome.
नमस्कार सर. हेलो.
नमस्कार. या
सर, सामान्य रूप से ये एक सवाल रहता है कि जब हम इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम को हम जानने की शुरुआत करते हैं तो इसकी हम शुरुआत करें तो कहाँ से करें?
आपका इंटरेस्ट फिलॉसफी पे है
जी,
मैथमेटिक्स पे है, केमिस्ट्री पे है, फर्स्ट डिवाइड करो आप कहां से क्या सीखना है.
नहीं सर एक मान लीजिए इस विषय में घुसने के लिए ही, क्योंकि इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम एक ब्रॉड चीज है. आप इस ब्रॉड चीज में हम कहां से इसको शुरू करें?
9447437948 मेरा नंबर है, आप कभी भी चाहिए बात कर सकते हैं.
सब फिर से बता दीजिए.
944
जी
74
जी
37
जी
948.
थैंक यू सर.
मेरा नाम DrTPS. T for teachers, P for parents, S for students. TPS. Temperature pressure second. TPS. Thermal power station. Top police service. TPS. गूगल पे जाओ, जाने के बाद आप DrTPS संस्कृत टाइप करो, इंडियन हेरिटेज, भगवत गीता, सनातन धर्म, आपको कौन सी भी सब्जेक्ट चाहिए वो वर्ड दे दो ना, उसके बाद मेरा नाम भी टाइप करो, आपको मिनिमम 1 or 2 वीडियोस मिल जाएगा. So there were lot of lectures on Indian scientific heritage. नंबर 1, आपको विमान शास्त्रम, यू वांट विमान शास्त्र, DrTPS विमाना, वो नहीं है तो मुझे बोल देना एक बार. Then I will put one sloka there. And another one, Nitya Sloka. Nitya Sloka, daily practice of slokas. I made a book. The book was, I think I don't have the book here. I wrote it in Sanskrit, Malayalam, Tamil, also the सेम इंग्लिश ट्रांसक्रिप्ट ऑल्सो इज अवेलेबल. नित्य श्लोका DrTPS, मेरा वेबसाइट में जाके नित्य श्लोका DrTPS टाइप करें तो आपको यू कैन डाउनलोड इट. सो मेनी श्लोकास आर देयर. सो द फर्स्ट मोटिवेटिंग श्लोका, आई डोंट से डोंट प्रे लाइक दिस, प्रे लाइक दिस. ये चीज क्या है? मनी. यू नो हु इज द गॉडेस ऑफ मनी इन इंडिया? What a great philosophy is this. Karagre vasate Lakshmi. Karagre vasate Lakshmi. My money is in my hand, not in your hand. My money is in my hand. What a great motivation, no? Karagre vasate Lakshmi. Karamadhye Saraswati. My education is in my hand. Karamule sthita Gauri. My strength is in my hand. Next. Wherever money is there, action is possible. So wherever Lakshmi is there, Vishnu is there. Without Lakshmi, Vishnu is not there. Without Vishnu, Lakshmi will not be there. So you do work, you get job. You get job, you get money. If you don't have money, you cannot start creating job. Karagre vasate Lakshmi, Karamadhye Saraswati. You have knowledge, you have creativity. So start learning something, then people will start giving you more knowledge. You can be creative, ask questions. That asking question is called quest. The quest is the starting point for research. That is the god of creativity. Wonderful. So Saraswati is connected to Brahma, husband and wife. So scientific is our God concept, right? Karamule Sthida Gauri, wherever energy is there, meditation is possible. Sick people cannot practice meditation. So if yoga is given as a medicine, we are making ourselves stupid. It says you have to be energetic, then you can go to Shiva. If you are, see, Vivekananda says you cannot meditate on crossroads. That means when you have confusion, when you are sick, when you are panic, don't meditate. Now what is being done today? People give it as a medicine. No, don't do that. See, Karamule Sthida Gauri Prabhade Karadarshanam. So look at your own, the science is there. The motivation science is in your own hand. So you have a question, I am sure people will give you answers. Right? So Nitya Sloka, each sloka by sloka, the philosophy of slokas, the science of slokas is explained in my book called Nitya Sloka and lot of articles. Rare slokas, DrTPS. Rare slokas, DrTPS. There are 90 blocks. And another one, Subhashitams. Lot of Samskrita, small slokas which are philosophically guiding people. Nitya Sloka is one for the ritualistic practice from morning till evening. Subhashitam is the philosophical aspect of different slokas. Subhashita, DrTPS. Videos are available. If you don't have, you just ask me. I will put a video for that specific one if you have a doubt. I will be there until 2059 November 13. I am a good astrologer. So I predict when I am going to die also.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन है
या बोलिए
दार्शनिक पक्ष से
हाँ
कि सर नैतिकता क्या है। जैसे मैं अपने डे टू डे लाइफ में नैतिकता का इस्तेमाल करता हूँ, जो मेरी सोच है तो वही हमको जो है परेशानी या प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करता है। जैसे मेरे माँ के साथ में, मेरे बहन के साथ में, भाई के साथ में या अदर जो भी है, तो इसको कैसे सॉल्व करें।
Mahatma Gandhi practically explained how to be a good social being. You imagine आपके सामने कोई है, वो ज्यादा दिन नहीं है आपके साथ. Think that the person in front of you is in a ICU bed. हॉस्पिटल में बेडरिडन है, अभी 1-2 दिन में जाने वाला है. गुस्सा आएगा क्या उसके सामने? So Mahatma Gandhi says, imagine people in front of you are ready to go. I see you. Right? So Bharatiya Sankalpa, Indian knowledge system mein, how do you represent it? I am not talking about Mahatma Gandhi's politics and philosophy, right? So Indian knowledge system says, use Vibhuti. Vibhuti is kept on your forehead. Have you seen people putting Vibhuti there? So when you put this, it says, I am going to be like this tomorrow. Don't scold me. I am going to die. You are going to die. So we explicitly show people that we are people who are going to die immediately. We don't have many days together. We are only crossing each other for some time. So why to be bad in front of each other? That's it. Live like a person as if you are going to die immediately. So that you deal with the people so happily, so politely, so compassionate, so respectfully. And learn like a person. Next sentence. Learn like a person as if you are going to live in this world for long years. Don't say that I am going to die tomorrow so I don't have to learn anything. No. Learning, earning, enjoy, everything is essential. Our sankalpam for the life pattern is so fantastic. Kama, Artha, Dharma, Moksha. Many people use it in a different way. I am only putting in sequentially in the Yukti way, logically. Kama is desire. Everyone have got a problem with the desire which is conflicting with somebody's desire. My quality is conflicting. My dharma is conflicting with somebody else. So how do you make it clear? My kama, my desire, for which I have got a artha, my means of satisfying it is not there I cannot be happy. Why people become unhappy? Because my desire is not getting satisfied. My means of satisfaction is my artha. My artha is not happy with me. So I get unhappy. My unhappiness is what is being conflicting with my own thoughts and my emotions. So conflict is within me. I have written a small book called Life Made Simple. Download कर सकते हैं आपको. Download that book and then keep it. Open any page and read. It's book is not something which is to be completely read from one end to another end. Continuous reading के लिए नहीं है. आपको कुछ confusion आ रहा है, एक book open करके एक page पढ़ो बस है. शनिदेव कुमार.
Yes sir.
आपके लिए.
Yes sir.
आप क्या करना है, इसमें 100 and 180 पेजेस है. हर एक दिन एक पेज पढ़ो, आपको गुस्सा नहीं आता.
सर बुक नेम सर
लाइफ मेड सिंपल.
ओके सर.
लाइफ सिंपल हो जाएगा आपका. हर प्रॉब्लम के लिए एक सॉल्यूशन दिया है एक पेज में उसमें.
ओके सर.
सर मैं सुब्रत मंडल हूँ. मेरा एक प्रश्न है कि हम लोग जो देख रहे हैं शास्त्रों में, विमान शास्त्र है, आयुर्वेद शास्त्र है, सब शास्त्रों में जो कुछ भी है सब थियोरेटिकली है. उसका कोई उद्भावन, जैसे विमान का उद्भावन क्या प्राचीन काल में था और हम लोग बाद में देखते हैं कि अंग्रेज लोग उसका उद्भावन किया और पेटेंट किया वगैरह. तो इसका जो प्रैक्टिकल क्या था और क्यों नहीं था, जैसे आप माइक्रोस्कोप का बारे में बताया था, उसका क्या सच में यंत्र था या वो मन में ही ऐसे करते थे या बाद में आविष्कार हुआ, इस बारे में मुझे जानना.
सुब्रता मंडल नमस्कार. I left one beautiful definition of Vimana. You know the definition of Vimana itself is, we are all academicians, we are not engineers. I am an engineer, but I am sure most of the people who are hearing are not engineers, right? Yeah. I worked in space, so our job was creating practical applications. The definition of Vimana itself everybody should appreciate. You know the definition of Vimana? Desha deshantaram yadbhag, from one desha to go to another desha. 3 ways. One by road, on ground, another by water, another by air. That is what we know today. So what the poet says, first removes the ground so that it becomes 2 islands. So he says desha deshantaram yadbhag. No, he says Dvipa Dvipantaram Chaiva. Island to island you want to go. So 2 ways, one water, one air. See the logic in which the Vimana is defined. Desha Deshantaram Yadbhag Dvipa Dvipantaram Chaiva. Yo Ambare Gandumarhasi, if you go by air, sa Vimana iti prokta. So Subrata has got a doubt whether it is a only definition. There is a beautiful movie created, I think 2-3 years back, which is called Vimana, in which the life history of, I don't know when is that Wrong brothers invented Vimana?
Wright brothers.
No, they were Wrong brothers for me. That's why I asked. It was not by mistake. We call them Wright brothers, but I call them as Wrong brothers. You know when it is? 1903. 1903. 1903, the Vimana, Wrong brothers invented Vimana. Who was the right brother from India who invented Vimana? Dalpate.
Dalpate from Maharashtra.
Maharashtra. So there is, he was a journalist actually. His life story has come in the movie name called Vimana.
Hawai Jada something.
Yeah, that's a beautiful movie in which it says how he has flown. Very recently it came in Malayalam also. One of the good young heroes of Kerala acted in that movie. So it talks about not only Vimana, it talks about which fuel is to be used. Mercury, how can be converted into a fuel. That is also mentioned. National Informatics Center, NIC. NIC have a series of informations from Indian scientific heritage in which it talks about the Vimana Shastra, the design of Vimana, what structure, how the lifting force and the dragging force. Vimana runs in two forces. One is lifting, one is dragging. It has to move also. How this balance can be done, which design is to be done. I was mentioning it about Khajuraho. You can see in Khajuraho, people uses a backpack which looks like a rocket. So once upon a time, probably we had individual rockets like the drones which we have, which can lift people and then move from one place to another place. Do you know Shankaracharya from Kerala travelled to Kailash? Saundarya Lahari, one of the first medical textbook of India. The first medical textbook from Bharat probably is, I have treated people for the retinitis pigmentosa, eye problem with Saundarya Lahari. There is no other medicines available. I have treated with a group of people by chanting mantras and doing some prescriptions on that. And Saundarya Lahari, Shivasaktya ayukto yadi bhavati shakta prabhavitum na je devam devo na khalu kushalaspanditum api. Shankaracharya has written from Kailash. So how did he travel from India to Kailash? From Kerala to Kailash? How did he travel all through India in those days? Pura jungle the wo time pe. Today we can fly an aircraft to go to, I traveled to Kailash. How? Flown from Kerala to Bangalore, Bangalore to Kathmandu, Kathmandu to Land Cruiser vehicle. No other vehicle can move because it has to drive in the only one Putra river in India, Brahmaputra. Rest of the rivers are all Putris. So violent river. So we have to cross that, or not crossing, we have to drive on that river only. Only Land Cruiser can. Today, when I went in 1990s, we never had road there. I went along with my guru. Everybody was doing dawn jacket and protection layer by layer, layer by layer. 18 days people don't take bath. The water is so cold. Injecting pain, nail hitting pain. But my guru was half naked. And I asked him, how are you? He says, rub your hands like this and say Shiva Shiva, Shiva Shiva, Shiva Shiva and keep it here. You will not feel cold. How did Shankara went there? My question is, I asked him this question, how he went there. Immediately the answer came as a sloka from my guru. Anima mahima chaiva lekhima garima tata ishitvam cha vashitvam cha prapti prakashyame cha. That was the answer. Anima mahima chaiva. You can reduce your weight. Anima, mahima, you can increase your weight. So what Shankara did? When the wind is going towards north, he will become Anu, small. When the wind is in the other direction, he will show his weight. My question is it possible for me and you? Yes, we can. Assume I have to climb on top to remove some nail from the wall. When I climb on the chair which is not very stable, I am climbing on this chair, I am climbing on this resting place. Somebody is standing beside me who loves me will say, oh, be careful, you will fall. Then what do I say? I am not giving weight. Don't I say this? I am not giving weight. Do you know if I use a weighing machine on top of this, when I am standing on the top, my weight will become 1/3 of my weight. So we can, if we can do that much, Shankara can do 100th. That's why they are Mahapurushas. Okay, now can we make our weight higher? Yes. When we do a long jump or a high jump, the person who is getting ready for jumping, keep a weighing machine, his weight will be 3 times higher than what we have. We have in Krishna Ghada, Krishna's lives, Krishna becoming smaller and bigger. So Vimanas were there, but don't ask whether Vimana could carry a human being with that power. Vimana was there, may not be. But we had a multiple way of reducing my weight and then putting into that vehicle which can take me there. So it was a combination of human power plus mission power. Today we depend so much on mission power, we cannot even imagine. That's why Einstein once told no. Once upon a time later, probably people will not believe that a man like Mahatma Gandhi with the flesh and blood was on this ground. We cannot believe, because that is what the world is changing today. So it says anima mahima chaiva lekhima garima tada. You can become weightless and full weight, small and big. Anima mahima lekhima garima. Ishittum cha vashittum cha. I can influence people and make people to surrender to me. Vivekananda could do that. He could make all the world to surrender to him. But when he met Ramakrishna, what he did? He surrendered to Ramakrishna. So you know how to become big and how to become small also. Anima mahima chaiva lekhima garima tada ishittam cha vashittam cha prapti prakashyameva cha. You know, this is one of the greatest management qualities each one of us have. How to be diplomatic in this world. This is how it is to be. In my book Life Made Simple, I put a management science also. Amantravaksharam nasti nasti moolamanaushatam ayogya purusho nasti yojagaha tatra durlabaha. Amantravaksharam nasti. There is nothing in the world which is useless. Every letter is good, every word is good. Put them together, you can make poetry out of it. My poetries are the Life of Love, Life Made Simple, another book, philosophy book, Rhythm of Life. All of them are available. You read that. I talk about different avatars of God in a different style in my poetry. So, concept is there, putting them together will make you different. So, different letters are there, different people are there. Putting them in the right place for the right use is the management skill. These are all small slokas which explains. So, it is not theoretical. The sloka is theoretical philosophically. But you are capable of applying it in the right place. That is management principle. We had traditions of great management. Otherwise, I don't think today somebody on the road can be picked up by a guru and then make the king of kings, which Kaudilya did. Correct. So if Kaudilya could do that, Vivekananda could do that, our Srinivasa Ramanujan could do theorems after theorems, which even today the world is not able to prove or disprove. So it is still standing as big Pandora box. I am sure Sabrata can also make aeroplane, looking at the old traditional textbooks of Vimana Shastra.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
नमस्ते सर।
नमस्कार।
मेरा नाम श्रद्धा हरगल है।
या
मेरा रिसर्च सर फिजिक्स में प्लाज्मा इनस्टेबिलिटीज पर था। इसके बाद क्वांटम फिजिक्स पढ़ाते समय मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि कहीं स्पिरिचुअलिटी और सनातन धर्म ये सब कनेक्ट है मॉडर्न जो साइंस से। अभी सर हस्बैंड का ट्रांसफर इंदौर से चेन्नई हो गया, हम चेन्नई आ गए हैं।
ओके।
तो यहाँ मैंने अभी जॉब ज्वाइन नहीं किया है और मैं कुछ साइंस और जो सनातन नॉलेज है उससे रिलेटेड कुछ करना चाहती हूँ बिना जॉब के। क्या ऐसा कोई ग्रुप है?
You start a group.
साथ मिलके हम काम कर सकें।
We start a group. I had a lot of Bhagavad Gita groups. I taught Bhagavad Gita 3-4 times. So what I do is when there is an assignment of teaching something, I will start a group. Contacts are there, more than a lakh of contacts. A day is 1 hour is good enough to create a 1 hour. We have a lot of people who have got such interest. I am sure we can connect to all of them.
ओके सर। सर न्याय और वैशेषिक दर्शन के लिए कौन सी बुक अच्छी रहेगी?
See, where do you start is the one of the best question. English पढ़ने के लिए कौन सी बुक अच्छा बोले तो LKG है तो ABCD पढ़ना पड़ता। If you are in masters, you must read Shakespeare, right? So आप कहाँ पे है, what level पे है, based on that you can go. Easiest method for publications is 2 great or 3 great publication houses which I love. One is Ramakrishna Math has got lot of books published in different ones. And another one is earlier every railway station used to have Gorakhpur Gita publications. So most of my learnings are not in English, but if at all I read some English books, they are all from Gorakhpur publications or Ramakrishna Math. I was associated with the Ramakrishna Math for long years. Okay, so these two things you go and see interpretations of people. See, I don't even subscribe or prescribe people to read Bhagavad Gita before reading Mahatma Gandhi's interpretations on Bhagavad Gita. Mahatma Gandhi was a common man. So his Bhagavad Gita says, Gita my mother. Gita is like my mother. Then you go to the next level. Then go to Swadhyayas if you don't have gurus. Or listen to small slokas which are important. So I created one playlist called important slokas, tidbits of Bhagavad Gita. Another one chapter wise Bhagavad Gita, sloka wise Bhagavad Gita. So you want only brief information, tidbits. You want little elaborate, go to chapter wise. You want more elaboration, go by sloka wise. Otherwise what happens, the earlier also one question was there, how do you get into this? You start reading first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it's so boring. Arjuna Vishada Yoga description of all the platforms of war, who likes it? No, I like second chapter. So if you like a second chapter, you will see quantum physics also inside. So I have got a Bhagavad Gita book in which I have put lot of connections from one sloka, one chapter to another sloka, another chapter, what is physics, what is chemistry, what is logic, what is analysis, everything is put. I don't have this book now because I am not talking from my house. I am in Kerala, otherwise I am in Hyderabad. Okay. So I am sure we can discuss. We can discuss and then find out, we can create a good group. So nice, welcome. Shraddhavan labhati. Your name, there is a sloka in Bhagavad Gita.
Yes, 17th chapter.
Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Only people with Shraddha will get jnanam, knowledge. Every teacher should learn this. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. So what is lacking is Shraddha. What is Shraddha? Concentration. What is concentration? Density. What is density? Focusing. Right? Water will not conduct electricity, but you put Shraddha inside. What is Shraddha? Salt is Shraddha there. When you put salt in concentration, it becomes concentrated water. Ferromagnetic fluid can concentrate. It can conduct electricity. The viscosity will change. So, see, that word can be interpreted by a physics person in a different style. I am sure philosophy class I will not tell like this. A physics person ask, I will tell like this. So it is the way you look at things, you know. Bhagavad Gita, each time when you read, maybe 1,000 times I must have read. But next time when I read, I will read in a different style. That's how it should be. Prajwalidot jnanamaya pradeepa. The more light you put, the reflection becomes different. The way in which you light it, it becomes different reflection. That was the buddhi of Vyasa.
Thank you, sir.
So, Namaste, madam. Sir, what is different between Vijnanam and science?
See, Vijnanam is your knowledge. Vijnanam, where you can discriminate knowledge, identify logically where, what, when, why, how, in front of whom it is to be done. That is called Vijnanam. Practical applications of my knowledge is Vijnanam. Vivechana buddhi added to Jnanam becomes Viveka buddhi. Viveka Vivechana buddhi. If you have Viveka Vivechana buddhi, 2V is added. Jnanam become Vijnanam. I don't know where to use it, how to use it, when to use it. Then we will say he doesn't have Vivekam at all. Nah. He speaks unnecessarily in different places. What he speaks is right, but he should not tell things at the place where it should not be told. So that means he doesn't have Vivekam. Practical knowledge is Vivekam. That buddhi is there. Then Viveka, Vivechana, buddhi with knowledge. That means with the Jnanam is called Vijnanam. Simplest way that only can be told.
Science also, sir.
Yeah. That is, science is understood. What is practically useful for human being? See, I am seeing a patient. The patient is almost at the verge of death. Will I tell all the symptoms? You have seen people telling in some movies also, you can see some as jokes, na? Yeah, similar problem was there, somebody, he immediately died. That may be truth, but will you tell this to him? Will it help him? So, what is to be done? What is lokanam upakaraya? What is useful for human being, the way in which you tell, the way in which you apply, the way in which you help is called a Shastra. Don't compare science here. Shastram. Shastram is, I clearly quoted Nagarjuna. Lokanam upakaraya. Which is having logic. Which can be explained to people. My anubhavam is not your anubhavam. See, the problem is when I take medicine, no guarantee that my fever will go. But what the doctor will do? He will come, after 3 days you come, I will change the medicine. So we still go there telling that no, I am not cured. He will change the medicine. We still believe in doctor, we still believe in that medical system. We will not disagree. But you know what happens in Bharatiya Shastram, say astrology. I predict something, it doesn't happen. Immediately what the people will say? Astrology is wrong.
Yes.
Correct? So, we believe in some Shastram because it has been put under science. We don't believe it is whether it is quasi-science, pseudo-science. That is where we are creating this problem. If it is useful for you, it is your science. If it is useful for me, it is my science. My science is different and your science is different. Actually, science, I have written a PhD thesis in fluid mechanics. Whatever I wrote to become science because I got a PhD in science. Suppose I get another student and prove that all what I wrote is wrong, he will also get a PhD. My PhD is not taken back by university, right? So science can be changed. What is Shastram? Shastram is, in Bharatiya Shastram when we say, in Shastra this is what is told. All Vedas are Shastras. Purana Itihas are not Shastras. Purana Itihasas are not Shastras. Shastram is only Vedam, that is knowledge. Upanishads are interpretations of students and their understanding, they have written a paraphrasing.
Yes.
Question answer. So there can be slight dilution, but it is close to that because the Guru has authenticated and certified it is knowledge. So you see the dilution, how nicely it has been put. So what is Shastra? Everlasting, ever staying, non-discriminative, place where, when, what, why happens, does not change it. So we have Achara and Anushtana. Anushtana is science, Achara is what is practiced. Got it?
Thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Sir, Dr. MP Yadav is here.
Namaskaram.
Could you kindly, namaskar sir, could you kindly highlight something on Ramayana or Ramcharitmanas? You have referred to so many scriptures.
Yeah.
So kindly say something about Ramcharitmanas with reference to knowledge and wisdom.
See, Ramayana has got great knowledge. I keep referring. I don't know how many people understood Ramayana from the Vasishta's point of view as a psychological book. I'll give one example. We have less time.
Yeah.
So, Purne Manasi Sampurnam, Purne Manasi Sampurnam, Jagat Sarvam Sudhadravaihi, Upana Gudapadasya, Nanu Charma Strutaiva Buvuhu. What a great sloka is this. Purne Manasi Sampurnam. The whole world is as you think the world is for you. Purne Manasi Sampurnam. Jagat Sarvam Sudhadravaihi. The whole world is like that. यादव जी आप कहां पे हैं? डॉक्टर यादव, go on. Dr. Yadav asked this question, right?
Sir,
Okay.
unmute कर लीजिए.
Yeah, आप कहाँ? Okay, somebody from somewhere. Assume that अमिता जी called me for a lecture. Next time मैं बोलेगा आप मैं lecture के लिए आएंगे. Only when from airport to your institute I need leather carpet. आप क्या कहेंगे? Salam, namaste. I don't want you. I will find somebody else a better speaker. Correct? Because you cannot give me leather carpet. You know what Vasishtha says? What a great logic. Vasishtha says, give him a leather chappal, leather footwear, and ask him to walk. वो टैक्सी फेयर से कम होता आपको. Correct? So what is Ramayana says? पूर्णे मनसि संपूर्णं जगत् सर्वं सुधाद्रवैहि उपान गूढ़पादस्य ननु चर्मास्तुदैव बुहु. If you wear a leather footwear, the whole world looks like a leather carpet put on the earth for you. Hey Rama, you are unhappy because he was unhappy after +2. Every student is unhappy in this country. They have to read Ramayana. Practical example of how children have to be mentored. So what Dasharatha has done? Dasharatha had sent him to the first psychotherapist in the world, Vasishtha. Vasishtha with him stayed 18 days. After 18 days, Rama became a normal good boy. So Ramayana has got lot of psychological concepts. It has a concept of 3 gunas put together. Rama, Lakshmana, Sita represent 3 different gunas. Sugriva, Bali represents another guna. So Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic guna, you wanted to learn how people have to behave each other. You can take examples. Sita had a problem. Marichan came, she was confused. Sattvic people have no confusions, but she had. And she did not even had a trust on her husband's brother. She was not believing on Lakshmana. So when she was not ready to listen to Lakshmana, Lakshmana can be representative of the best brother in the world. When what are the different ornaments of Sita was shown and asked a question, you know what Lakshmana says? I don't know which ring she used to wear. I don't know which garlands she used to have, but I know which the padaswaram which she wears. On the leg she had a small chain. That I remember because every time I do Sashtanga Pranam, I see only the leg but not the other part of the body. What a great husband's brother Sita had. And that brother Sita disbelieved. So you can see human relationship, life. Dasharatha, the word itself is so rich. A man where he was a king of Ayodhya. No yuddham used to happen. Ramayana, in my book on Life Made Simple, I have explained Ramayana as a science of nature. Bhumi Devi is the earth. Rama is the sun. The sun is not able to see the earth because there is cloud, Ravana. And Hanuman comes and removes the cloud and it showers. Sita Devi started sprouting with the sun's blessings. So Ramayana in nature, I wrote an interpretation on Ramayana. Arrow from shadow, there is one poetry in my poetry book called Life of Love, in which it says, in one Janma you become Ekapatni Vrida like Rama, in another Janma you become Krishna with many wives. In one Janma you have got Lakshmana, and another Janma you can have the brother of Krishna, who keep on disturbing Balrama. In another Janma you will become Balrama. The Lakshmana becomes Balrama. So lot of life stories not from Ramayana alone. Ramayana to Mahabharata. Satya Yuga we had no violence. People were with nature. Treta Yuga we had society to society conflict. So Ramayana represents societal problems. And in Dwapara Yuga the conflict is within the families, cousin brothers. And today, Kali Yuga, it is all within ourselves. The problem is within ourselves. So that is, you have to learn the context in which these texts were written. Don't read Bhagavad Gita a lot. Read the Bhagavad Gita in context in which it is written. It was a great question, Yadavji. Namaskaram and pranams to you. I am so happy, Amidaji, today because I had good questions.
Pranam sir, pranam sir, pranam sir.
Good questions. आप नहीं बोलना चाहता हूं ना मैं, आप कहां से हैं, आपके पास नहीं आएगा, डोंट वरी.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर. जैसा कि आज का हमारा विषय था इंडियन साइंटिफिक हेरिटेज, आपने वेदों से, उपनिषदों से, गीता, रामायण सभी से उसका जो हेरिटेज वाला जो हर्ट है वो आज हम सभी के समक्ष प्रस्तुत किया सर. और
विस्तार से करने के लिए बहुत टाइम लगेगा, तो इसलिए शॉर्ट बनाया मैंने.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल जी 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 महोदय, आपके हम व्याख्यान से बहुत अधिक लाभान्वित हुए और मैं आशा करती हूँ कि हमारे प्रतिभागियों ने भी आपके व्याख्यान से बहुत ही लाभ प्राप्त किया है और बहुत ही मार्गनिर्देशन प्राप्त किया है. महोदय, आपका श्री लाल बहादुर शास्त्री राष्ट्रीय संस्कृत विश्वविद्यालय के पक्ष से, हमारे शिक्षण अधिगम केंद्र के पक्ष से, आदरणीय प्रोफेसर अमिता पांडे भारद्वाज मैम महोदया जी के पक्ष से, हम सब सदस्यों के पक्ष से, प्रतिभागियों के पक्ष से आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर. और इसी तरह हम आपको देखते रहें, पुनः पुनः आपसे दिशा निर्देश प्राप्त करते रहें, इन्हीं आशाओं के साथ बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू. नमस्ते.
नमस्ते, थैंक यू, प्रणाम.
नमस्ते.
अगला सत्र हमारा 2 बजे प्रारंभ होगा, सभी प्रतिभागियों के लिए सूचना है.